Welcome to Mind in a Bind. Take a breather, turn around certain ideas, and brighten up your mundane life with a fresh outlook. Listen on and tune in to the Takeaways from Life by Anita SJ.
A wake-up call. With a body full of aches, a mind in a whirlpool of confusion, sensibilities and senses that have taken multiple blows, let down by loved ones, battered to the core. No, I am not talking about a catastrophic deluge of events randomly heaped upon, but simultaneous happenings or situations in one's personal, professional and social life. Some may be perspicacious enough to astutely compartmentalize and move on. But what about us majority ambivalent souls? How can I don a positive attitude when I am unable to even comprehend the cause or reason behind people's obvious and intended gestures? Just because it is being said so often and by so many, one cannot be positive. One has to see reasons to feel positive, reasons real, those that one can easily believe in. I see time ticking away, health and spirit of youth fading away, friendships and loved ones trailing away. One doesn't know whether this inner me which follows me like a shadow will leave me too alone in the darkness, with sheer pandemonium in my head. Where the hell am I headed? No clear answers except cliches. Then how am I supposed to be positive? What one does need at such times of desperate confusion is someone to guide, some motivational guru to show how to face the bedlam and convincingly be positive. After reading few such books on success, one realizes they have nothing written on them that may be called rocket science, nothing out of the ordinary at all. Most motivational and inspirational writers keep repeating the same stuff under different catchy headlines. Live like it is your last day on earth. List down to do things before you die. Time lost is lost forever, so set goals. Spend time with your loved ones. Smile a lot, read a lot, blah 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 blah. Now, what happens when we borrow these points to ponder? Let us see what it does to us. Take each point and reflect on them. You will only experience some of the all-abundant stress that lay latently broiling inside you bubble to the forefront, and then follows the stress about being reminded about so many things to take note of, so many don'ts and just as many do's. The points only highlight what you have been not doing all along, or maybe you have tried doing them and yet are miserable. Nobody likes to be judged, let alone being judged by one's own self, when most of us seem to be knowingly and conscientiously doing all that we are doing. All along, one keeps making a mental note of things that one couldn't do but wanted to, like the ideal waking up early resolution that is broken, disregarding the intake of carbs, or the guilt of neglecting the family or inability to achieve the financial goals that one has already marked in mind. When one puts down such a motivational book at midnight, it only highlights in bold and italic the reasons for one's failure, and it also adds to one more day's guilt of late to bed and late to rise. Live like it is your last day on earth. Now, this point erases the significance of one of the other pointers that say, smile a lot. Time lost is lost forever, so set your goals. Now, this makes you wonder whether it is wise to find time to spend with your loved ones in this frantic pace of life. Which one is the more important pointers? List down to do things before you die. Now, this only makes you realize the purposelessness of taking your to-do list. How? It reminds you of death, and no one has to tell you that your grave is not going to be different from a person who could not tick his to-do list before death. The last point, read a lot. Make sure the writers keep making money. Whether we follow or don't will depend wholly on what we really choose to take away from such books and actually implement. Remember, the book also took away some of our time along with the money out of our life, leaving us in want of some more of such sermons to turn some positivity on within us. Turning over all things read and learned, you can safely conclude that when a pendulum reaches one end, it begins its journey to the other side. If you feel you have suffered enough in the hands of destiny, then be prepared, for the ride to the other side is just about to begin. You do not require motivational books to know it's coming. Forget about time, forget about success, forget about your goals, forget about the mistakes of your past, forget about everything, even yourself. Sit down with closed eyes, take deep breaths, relax in your being, and be prepared for the experience of serene positivity. The positivity that is but natural to a human being. Don't just be contented by reading about it. End of each day when you judge your deeds, and don't fail in your own eyes when you recommend improvement to yourself or make new resolutions. The scope for enhancement itself is a reason to wake up for, to live for. When you wake up and see the gift of another day presented to you absolutely free, your heart will be filled with gratitude for each breath that lets you live some more, be some more, do some more, and that is the reason to live for.
Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed. I am happier today. Share the thoughts, subscribe so that you don't miss on our upcoming episodes.